let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about Oportunity, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say, yay! And of course, follow me on the social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram. Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this, I'm here to tell you about, when I answering the call whenever opportunity is there, because you know what we're all about in the BCC. The Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you naturally raise your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about some opportunity. And what this all comes down to is essentially every day something is here to help you grow anyways. And there's always, whenever the opportunity calls you, you got to pick up the phone, say, how you doing? And you got to take the call. And if it's for your own growth, then you got to go down that road and you got to take that shot. And when we're going with this, you know how we go. Every single day, this is how we grow. Before the feet hit the ground, this is what I love to do. You take that breath. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful because gratitude's the attitude. And every day that you're breathing, you're achieving. So you always got to count your blessings. Like Rocky Balboa says, you want to count your blessings. So every day when you wake up, you always got to give, you always got to appreciate what you got. Because essentially, every single moment that you're breathing, there's miracles that are going on. And if you don't, I read this beautiful quote on Instagram. Believe it or not, when you're scrolling between, big booty pics and muscle bodybuilder influences and wolves and animals, there's some great, valid spiritual information you can pick up for your own manifestation. And what we're talking about here is there's little miracles that happen every day. And if you don't credit them, then you're going to discredit the big ones that come your way. And this was paraphrased, of course, ran through me. It's all source energy anyways. But regardless, gratitude's the attitude. So you got to appreciate everything that you got. Because when something great comes your way, then you're going to be in that gratitude attitude, that receptive mode to really let it flow. And you got to understand that essentially everything that you're doing, we're talking about the mind, we're talking about the body, we're talking about the spirit. Everything is correlated into one. Health, wealth, and self is all correlated into one. So go ahead and write that down. Health, wealth, and self is all one. And when we're going with that, understand that when you're going with, following that protocol or whatever pattern or however you want to put it into your own interpretation, you're understanding that you got to, when you're taking care of one thing, you're essentially taking care of all things. And that might sound, confusing to some. And, how does that all, how does going to the gym help me with my business or this, that, and the other? And it really all has to do with yourself. And you're the one that's going to put everything into perspective if you let it. Which is why I always say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to get away from your own thoughts. And a lot of people do this with meditation practices. And of course, me in the BCC, I can teach you, masturbation for manifestation, a whole bunch of other techniques that have been manifested through me to help you manifest a better, better you. Because with exercise comes exercise. And I can teach you the jelking, the Kegel, the super edge, and the super Kegels, all these things that have been out beyond me, manifested through me, ongoing continuously to continuously gain results. And I'm here for you. So get at me, drop me a line. I can put something together for you. Everything that you're doing essentially is the right move either way, and I'm here to help you, become your best version. But either way, what we're talking about here today is when opportunity comes a knocking, comes a calling, you got to take it. And, you can't just be all stuck into the one-track mind of, okay, I gotta go to the gym today, or I gotta go to my job today, or I gotta go do this today. And, this is all kind of correlated into my Wu Wei flow, which is a Tao practice, the path of least resistance, where you're not necessarily doing everything in a specific order. You're just doing it as it comes, and you're getting more, benefits as it goes. And, we can I'll throw you a quick movie reference. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We're talking about life moves pretty fast, and if you don't look around once in a while, you might miss it. And when we're going with that, I mean, you're understanding that you gotta, just take your time, go with the path that just comes your way. Because if you're trying to just jump the gun, go over here, go over there, you're gonna make it a jerky ride instead of a smooth, streamlined butterfly. Going at 60 seconds, had to throw that in there real quick. Robert Duvall, we're talking Nick Cage action, we're talking about, anyways. Like I'm saying, if you want to keep your life moving smooth, going with the Wu Wave flow, it's definitely something that can help you grow, and understanding that essentially everything is helping you flow, it's helping you grow. And you can't get lost in the, of course, before I start rambling like a monkey in a tree, we're talking everybody's got, obligations that they gotta, be accountable for. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Oh yeah, I had to get you another Mr. Larson. I love saying that, man. Happy Gilmore, if you ever seen it. Great movie. Hey, shooter. Didn't you forget your 9-iron? Anyways, man, I had a, long day, as we know, but I keep on going and I keep on flowing to let you know that energy is always there for you to grab onto. And you know what, with that, I might as well go ahead and get a quick pump going to let you know that I'm alive, and understand that, that we are magic, we are divine, and the universe is on our side. So go ahead and write down one of my favorite quotes that I know, that I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. And what we're talking about here today, while I go ahead and pump and grow and flow, is what I'm letting you already know, is everything that you do is for the better. It's all about the growth. If your mind is on the muscle, like Paramahansa Yogananda says, the man that I like to preach, that says, the mind is the wielder of muscle, the welder muscle, whatever it is, your mind is putting on the size. So it doesn't matter about how many reps, how many sets, what kind of diet you got, because you think about people that are locked up, you think about people that were born before bodybuilding existed, and there was some big muscly dudes that existed at a specific time that we didn't even see, that we just know through what was being told. So whatever that flow is something to let you know that everything that you're doing is essentially helping you with the growth. So what we're going with today is understanding that, like I said, man, Steve Jobs read this book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. Maybe it needs to get more, the word needs to get spread out a little bit more. But like I say, man, he's the one that says the people that think the people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. And for that, I say salute. And for that, I understand that I am growing as I go. And I understand that everything I do is all connected, no matter what. And if you ever get one last rep out at the gym, even if you're getting a quick flex in, just like me, naked in a chair, long hair flowing, skin glowing, body growing, spirit knowing that I'm doing something right. I got my blood boiling. I got the sweat dripping. It's Detroit Rock City, winter time, January 2020. Let's grow. You know how this flows. Whenever you gotta get that last rep out, you go ahead and you scream and you shout, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, getting lit. 2020, getting it growing, getting it flowing. It's a beautiful thing. Naked in a chair. I got that sweat just boiling up, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's my opportunity come my way today, and I had to go on my Wu Wave flow, path of least resistance, maximum results, and that's what this is all about. So for that, I say salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And yesterday we were talking about inhibition and letting your guard down and all that, about how essentially that everything that was here was already put there by somebody else, your elders, your mentors, whoever guided you. I mean, essentially from the moment that you were born, you're already born perfect. So I want you to know that you are beautiful. You're a beautiful person. And when you understand that, everything that came your way was put there by other people to put you in your own place. And what I really feel is we are all this divine energy, because I always feel that we are magic, we are divine, we are a piece of God, we are gods in ourselves, whatever you want to call this, the ego, like I say, that's edging God out. But be as it may, we're talking about that whatever's running through all of us is something that is creating our own reality. And when you got other people that gave you influence, it's kind of getting you away from your own creation. And all these things about, like I always say, whenever you're smiling, you're doing something right, because the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. Whenever you're getting as close to that, like, that's when we're at our natural state of what we are. And I feel that while we're here, we're kind of taking a break from that and letting us take a check back to get to that. And unfortunately, some people forget about that, and they get lost off into this other tangent of this other ego that's sailing this own ship this other way, that's really like, we're over here anyways, because we are all one. You know what I mean? But like I say, we are all love. And, like my famous quote, man, we might all live on the same planet, but we're all from different worlds. And as long as your world's coming with energy, it's coming with love, you can do no wrong. And that's why I always got to share this matrix hack every single time, to just give you a quick reality reminder, just to change this place for the better. Because like I say, everybody essentially is a reflection of yourself anyways. So go out there and love yourself first. If you see yourself in the mirror, just go out and say how you doing. You put it in your own way, words of whatever you got to say I love you. It's a beautiful thing. Animals are something that just give you that extra reason to just go ahead and say beautiful things along the way of, I love you, you're beautiful. Those type of words are powerful. And whenever you're going with that, you're putting that back into you, because whatever you love out there comes back to you. But really what you love in here is what comes back to you. So start with yourself. Start loving you. I love you. I love me. And we're a great big family. I gave you a Barney analogy in 2020. Getting lit. Now, you know how we're going with, man, but I'm talking serious here. I'm talking about love. But don't forget, when we're talking about all the, I was about to go into a Van Halen lick right there. Hey, talking about, anyways, but what we're talking about here is, you got to have that childlike, laughter to just let you know that we are all, alive. We are all electric. We are all divine. And when we're talking about love, you already know what it is when I'm pumping this anyways. And the tangent that came through me was all source. And source energy is a beautiful thing to let you know that we are all alive. But like I say, whenever you hear somebody on the phone, on that line, you see somebody on TV, somebody that crosses your path in a park, grocery store, you're looking at somebody across from you in the gym, wherever you happen to be, no matter what thought comes through your mind, whether it's good, bad, or neutral, you just go ahead and you stop and you say, I intend on that person, that soul, to feel love in some kind of way and have a beautiful day, and you go along your way and you just hacked the matrix. You did something beautiful. You just changed the whole, reality of where you're at. And of course, you got to put that into your own words that really, resonate with you, because these are the, these are words that resonate with my ego and my particular flow that helps me, give you the message in this form. Because whatever this is, you got to understand that, we are beyond language. And, like when you look at it from the perspective of, you got so many countries out there, and, especially when you come from an English speaking place, your mind is blown when you're like, you look at people that are like in South America speaking Portuguese, Spanish, people in France speaking French, and you're like, these are billions of people that are communicating. And, like I could look at it from, I see the character, but when you're looking at it from, that black and white perspective, like, how can you even jump into what they're doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is language? Like, what is anything? And these are the questions of life. But regardless, man, like, it doesn't matter about what it is, but you got to understand that everybody's a reflection of you anyways. And just because you can't understand what somebody's saying, you can always feel a vibration of whatever they're, whatever they're radiating. You can always pick up on. You always know who is a good person, who's got that love. You always know if somebody's, you always got that feeling if somebody's no good. But then again, it could all be a reflection of your mind anyways, which is why I always got to say you got to step away. And you got to let yourself know, like, is this my mind that's creating this, or was this already here? And that's why, you keep it neutral. You always got to keep the mind clear. And instead of jumping into the track of going down this, this hallway, tangent, tunnel, whatever you might call it, of just, creating a story that may or may not exist, depending on your perspective, is, why create something that's not positive? Because I always feel like we are all creators anyways, and we might as well create something positive. And if it's not going in the positive direction, let's hit the brakes on that, recollect, and then, come back to ourselves and understand, is this helping anybody else? Because that's really what this all comes down to today. When we're talking about opportunity knocking, we're talking about doing things that help you. We're talking about not putting people down. We're talking about not frowning. We're talking about keeping that smile up. We're talking about being happy, getting back to source, understanding that when you're laughing, you're at your best light, and, not getting lost up along the way in somebody else's perspective of our perception or whatever of how you were supposed to be, because essentially you were born perfect. You're a beautiful person, and if you're coming with love, you're coming with energy, you could do no wrong. And when we're talking about manifesting, bigger penis, bigger muscles, making the testosterone higher, and HGH, all this stuff is, could be, essentially ego-based. It could be essentially, it could be a lot of things. But all it comes down to is what you are. And if you essentially want to manifest the best version of what you are, you got to be able to, understand that all truths are true. You just got to find the ones to make you, and you walk away from the ones that, are no longer serving you, and don't get lost up and twisted about, what people are saying, because essentially, what people are saying about you is none of your business. Unless it's your business, you know how that goes. But for the most part, you're better off not knowing when it comes to something like that, because we're all about flowing and growing. And when we got that, when we're the giants that we already are, we're talking about, we're talking about head in the clouds, man. We're talking about a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, dropping to the pecs, making you your best. That huge piece, just give it a kiss. We're not talking about the little gremlins at your feet. We're not, of course, not stomping on your best friend's house, but we're talking about not having the time to even, resignate what's going on down there, because we're way up here. We're all about love. Like, everything else essentially is just taking you away from that. So I'm putting you back to that perspective of grabbing you where you're at. Whenever the phone rings for you to do something that's great for you, you take that opportunity and you go for it. We're talking, don't be granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. Vin Diesel, Dominic Toretto. I just had to just say that just because, feels good to it feels good to ran off something with this voice sometimes. And I feel that if somebody's laughing, it's doing something right. But be as it may, it felt beautiful to do it in the moment. And that's what it all comes down to. So every single day, don't discredit any miracle that comes your way, because miracles come to you every single day. Just be open to them, man. Just don't forget, every day you take that breath, you got a shot today, man. Feel beautiful. That's what I go with every single day, man. I just had to give it to you one more time, man, because it's worth saying that when you wake up, that you got a shot to be here. So with that, I feel like I'm going to close this beautiful opportunity yet again. I say salute. Oh yeah, I had a beautiful day today. A whole bunch of things that came my way. Opportunity knocked. I took it, and I'm here for you. still hold my accountability, always delivering that content daily. So make sure you're following me on the social media, the Instagram. I'm always doing coffee time. My cat C's taking care of the neighborhood. My wolf and my bear are always there. A couple Pekingese. Who knows what else is coming? I can just guarantee there's going to be some beautiful opportunities, more photo shoots, more travel. There's going to be a whole bunch of beautiful things coming in the 2020 Grow. Let's keep it flowing. I love you guys. Spread the love every which way that you go. You guys are beautiful. Don't forget that we are all magic. We are all divine. We are all love. So go ahead and spread it every single time. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace.